3, 2, 1.
Way too high.
Unless we can get it to drop.
Oh. Go. Way too high.
Not way too high.
Well, it's hung up on those other branches a little bit.
Ah, still too much. Oh, well, yeah, that'll work.
Oh, wow.
First shot.
All right, we're gonna build a tree house. We've got this log that we felled into this big oak tree right here. We've got a support, which we're gonna change a little bit right here. And a rope to make it easy to climb. We put this big spike in here, which is really solid. And a bit over here. And somewhere's out there, we're not quite sure what it's going to be. We're going to build like about a 6 foot by 6 foot platform. That's the beginning of the project. Let's see what it is.
Yeah, let's stand out here.
Good, stand on it.
Yeah.
Okay, we painted the undersides, and we're going to completely paint these beams. And now the key is going to be to get enough height up here. We need about 13 inches.
Same. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good.
That's pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
So that one?
We can always use a few little spacers under the front there if we have to. See, when I look at it from this angle, where I'm sighting down, getting the flat over here, I can see it's about a ½ inch off over here, and it ties in pretty even over on this side. So
this one's not as good.
Your house, you gotta walk up.
Oh, it's easy. We can put a little rope lights. Careful, no, that's wet. Isn't this awesome?
Yeah.
You're doing good. All right. See the platform up there? Or see the wood that we put up there? We're gonna build a big deck up over there, and make the railings and stuff go out all the way over there, so we can go out and like hang out up there on a big deck.
Cool.
Isn't that gonna be great?
Yeah.
All right.
come on up.
Go ahead. You can just use one hand on the rope too. I think it's a little better balance with one hand on the rope. Yeah. See?
Come on up. You fall, don't let go of that rope. You're getting pretty high.
Doing good.
Okay, I'm getting a little scared right now.
You're doing good. You got it.
If you fall, I'll catch you.
You're not falling. Falling's not an option on things like this.
You just hold on.
There you go.
All right.
Just be very careful. I told you this is going to be awesome.
I've got a dream of building not only a tree house, but a cable slide, or we'll call it a canopy tour. And I've started the job. I started off by building this small platform up in the woods on my property. And, well, I'll tell you a little bit about it here, but come on along with me up into what I've got done so far. I'm having a lot of fun doing this. My son and I have been working on it for a while here. We just kind of pick at it a little bit here, a little bit there. I think it's someplace I got to figure out a way of covering it up so I can make it more of a waterproof environment. But for now, this is where we're at. So check this out. This is a beautiful place. I love it up here. I like just going up here and hanging out. I was up there the other night. It was just amazing. You know, my son and I built a tree platform earlier this year, and I find a lot of enjoyment just coming up here. For one, you know, I like getting up in the trees, but it gives me kind of a private spot to go check out the upper canopy. But it's in a really, really amazing old oak tree. It's one of the largest canyon live oaks I've ever seen. It's just an enormous tree. Let me flip this around, see if I can show you what it looks like. Here we got the upper canopy of this tree, and it's got a lot of problems. And up where my platform is, there's quite a significant decay pocket. And if you look down the trunk here, let's see if I can do this without dropping the camera. Oh, look at all that decay. This thing was hit by lightning or something happened a long time ago. I mean, maybe hundreds of years ago. I don't know how old this tree is, but it's huge. It must be, you know, 10 feet across at the base. Just a magnificent old tree. And as long as it's here, I'm going to enjoy it and pay attention to it. The platform that I've got, it is attached to the tree, but the weight of it is on this fir tree that was felled, and it was an inadvertent drop that should have gone on the road over there. But this is my property, and one of my guys dropped it and didn't quite judge it correctly up there and hit up there and slid down, lodged in this main crotch. So I was irritated at first, but I decided, well, you know, let's make something positive out of this. So I cut the flat of this big fir log off on the top and constructed this platform. Complete with rails, and still got a long ways to go. And I've got a dream here. I'm going to try and do it. I'm going to get my son to help me. I'm going to need about 200 feet of cable. As you can see way out over there, there's an enormous fir tree. It doesn't look big from here, but it's well over 120, 130 feet tall. But it has the most incredible view of the valley out there, the Santa Clara Valley. Now what I want to do is I want to make a kind of a canopy tour line over there. I want to get something that I can clip a pulley into and pull myself across. I don't want it to be like a high-speed zip line that you shoot through the trees. I want to slowly work my way over so I can kind of cut a hole through the canopy and kind of work my way over and maybe build another platform out there. I think that'd make a really cool destination. So that's in the plans, but in the meantime, I've got this deck that I've built up here, and I planned a launch spot right here. I've got just a piece of rope there just to keep it a little bit safer. And right now I'm about 25 feet or so off the ground, and you can see it's a neat little outcropping here. I've got the woods all the way up and around me. I've got a madrone forest around me, which is just an absolutely beautiful tree. Kids call these a refrigerator tree because if you get hold of the smooth bark, it's really, really cold even in the summertime. It's an evergreen tree. It's in the Arbutus family. It's just a magnificent tree with an incredible amount of twisting, gnarly trunks, and it's just got such character. Makes a great firewood. There's a lot of dead ones on my property, so I utilize that quite a bit for firewood. But I wanted to show you something that I've been paying attention to. This big old cavity on this tree is quite significant, and there's a lot of ants up in here, so I have to kind of be wary of them. I don't want to agitate them.
But inside this cavity here, if you look real close, you can see what appears to me to be a burn scar. Can you see that? Let's get a little bit closer. That tells me that a long time ago there was a fire out here. And it's very, very possible that that fire got started, maybe it was a forest fire. I know there was a big fire about 80 years ago that burned down the whole forest. And some of the really old, significant trees can still show fire scars. But I'll bet you there was a smoldering that got inside of this tree, and this chimney burned. And it just kept burning and burning and burning and burning, and finally I guess it went out. That's my best guess. Or it's possible that it could have been a lightning strike that started a fire down inside of a hollow, and it kind of smoldered away for a long time. I don't know, I'm just guessing here, but who knows? But I like looking at these situations and try to figure them out. And this one, you know, a lot of people look at this and they say, well, that's a crazy place to have a treehouse. That's an absolutely insane place to set a platform. But all of the weight is situated on this big trunk here on the fallen fir tree. And I've got it just stabilized on this tree down here. I did find some solid wood on both sides. But I know someday it's going to fall down. But you know what? I just won't be up here in a storm. Yeah, time to get down. There she is. Isn't that an incredible tree? I can't believe how big it is. You know, I'm just hanging out up in the top of a tree and just thinking about life and all the wonderful things that it's given me. And having the ability to climb trees comfortably and set up a hammock and do something like this it's tremendous. What more can I say? Are you ready, Kyle?
I'm ready. So here we are, in the mountains and the trees.
And look at all this stuff here. You got the tree house up there.
Deal.
Okay, so this is my dream. I got to get this cable going all the way over to that platform way over there. I don't want the cable to be so tight that we're going to have problems during the winds and each of these trees blows back and forth. So figuring out where I'm going to put the attachments on this tree is a bit of a challenge. Getting that up and over to the right spot without it being too tight or too slack is going to be tough. Thanks.
Wow, it's official. Here. Boom.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I better be the first to test it though. Go for it.
Alright. Oh, here it is.
You got the Jumar?
Got it.
All right. So you're doubly tied in.
What's that?
You're tied into the Jumar and you've got a belay from me. So you are totally safe. But what you don't have is a flip line. So you're thinking like a rock climber, not a tree climber. Which is all right, because you're a rock climber.
Said change my profession.
No, I just, you're a rock climber, I know. First test. Holy mackerel. I don't want to just go for it now. Wow. A rope is a lot easier to pull on. All right. Shall we climb?
No.
Huh?
No. Should go back and forth.
I want to start from over there and come over this way and
yeah?
then back. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. If we're here, I want to get to the top of this tree.
Let's go over there, come over here, and then get to the top.
No. Let's make that another journey. I've already gone out on it.
Yeah. All right.
If you're going to be hanging down there. Now you're going to want to drag your orange line.
Yeah.
Okay. So the orange line is like your tailing line.
Okay.
And you'll follow that up. And what that'll be is when I'm up at the top, you'll have your own rope so you can be tied in for safety. If you had, say I hurt myself and you had to do an emergency escape out of this tree, you got to remember that rope is short. It won't take you all the way to the ground.
I know that's what happened last time.
Okay. Wow, nice view. Nice view. There's a big old dead fir over there. We got a lot higher to go. The view is... Oh, there you go. Let me figure out a way to hold on to that.
less squinting, more smiling.
Hand me that pulley.
Okay.
You're gonna have to use that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tie it to it, but I'm gonna leave my rope in first. This isn't good. This is a lousy pulley for this because it relax. It does that. It does redo itself. Whoa. The problem with hanging down too low is I can't get a hold of the cable to pull myself along. So the positioning on this cable, once I go, I'm committed. Not too bad. Gloves would be nice. A more comfortable seat would be good. The other belt that I've got would be better. Okay. First run, man, this looks pretty sketchy. There are a bunch of dead branches up here, so be wary. So now I'm going to take my rope Wow, I'm out of here, dude. So now I'm just on my rope. I'll take off my flip line. Alright, man, we made it. We're up here. Woo. We are easily 150 feet up in the air and giant fir tree, maybe more, 160. I know my 200-foot rope is not going to hit the ground doubled over, so we are so high up here. Look at the view of the valley. There's downtown San Jose. We've got the bay over that way. Summit Rock over there. Look at the view of Summit Rock.
Man, that was fun.
Epic.
Just camp out up here.
Yeah. There, that's better. Hat was on backwards. Oh, look at this view, it's incredible. We are so high up in this tree. Can't even see the view from here. It's all white. There's my house way down there. Actually, that's my shop. The house is over on the right. Look at all those dead trees over there. All those tan oaks. There's a dead and a dying fir over on that side. Hope this tree lives. I'm gonna keep coming back here. Don't look down, man. You look down, you get scared. Oh, snap, crackle, pop.
Yeah, there you go.
Now that's living. Well, if I rolled out of bed right here, it'd be a long ways down. My rope. I'm tied in. I'm just taking a nap. Sunrise could be, or the sunset could be epic tonight. This is pretty cool.
Super cool.
So you couldn't get a shot of both of us. Good shot right there. The view. I could seriously sleep here, man. This is really comfortable. Oh yes, this is so nice. Well, I'm probably 150 to 200 feet off the ground floor right now. And being able to climb a tree and set up a hammock is really a remarkable experience. I'm so in awe of where I am right now. You know, there's some things that are very important to me in my life. My hot tub, that's pretty important. My family, that's real important. Making money is important, but it's not as important as the adventures in my life. And I put a lot of effort into adventure. I like to go camping. I like to do wild and crazy things. I like tree work because it's an adventurous occupation that keeps me excited. And without that sense of adventure in my life, I would be bored. I really would. I'd be bored. I also like the sense of creativity. I like my woodworking, and I like the creative efforts I put into these videos. You know, they're a lot of work. So, what I want to talk about a little bit today is one of the adventures that I'm trying to put together for my friends and family, and that's the zip line through the forest. I think you're going to like that. Almost as much as my hot tub.
Well, if you've been following my YouTube channel, you probably know that I've been setting up this crazy zip line through the forest. And I've been having a lot of fun with it. And it's been a learning curve. Now, I've paid to go on zip lines before. I did one in Kauai and I did one up in the Santa Cruz Mountains. And they're pretty elaborate. That's my goal. That circled area right there is where I want to set a platform way at the top of this particular fir tree. And I've got a stopping platform at about 50 feet, and the top of the tree is about 120, 130 feet tall, and I'd like to set up a little kind of an overnight campsite for adventurous people, climbers, and whatnot. So as we were setting this up, I did a lot of test runs, and the very first pulley I used was not this one that you see here. It was that first single pulley, and I went and bought what's called a trolley.
The hoodie because she doesn't want to get it caught in the pulley.
I would have put it in a
Okay,
bun. But...
check, double check, everything good. All right, hang on to the cable now and hang down.
Okay.
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Okay, once you get over there, you can hang on the top of the pulley. It's got like a handrail on it.
Like that?
Yeah. And then keep your legs up and take off.
Okay.
Go all the way. You ready? Both hands on the pulley. Ready?
1.
Go for it. Feet up.
All right. Callie did the first run without any hesitation. I tried it after her, and I banged into something and spun around. You'll see me here pretty soon. It was kind of fun because the adventure doesn't just stop when you get there. You've either got to go up to the top or you've got to rappel down out of the tree. And we do a lot of rock climbing, so we're incorporating both tree gear and rock climbing gear. She's using a figure of 8 to get down. But I'm quite proud of her because I didn't assist her in setting this up. I kind of gave her a walkthrough and a talk through, and she had to do this all on her own. And she's been climbing with me enough that she knows what she's doing. But you know, fathers and their kids, that's something I'm quite proud of. You know, she's very brave. All of my kids climb, and they're all pretty adventurous. So we have a lot of fun together.
Good job. You like that?
Yeah, that was great.
All right, here's my run. I'm quite a bit heavier than Callie. You know, my weight's about 215. She's about 110, so maybe 120. So the difference is I sag down quite a bit further. Now I want this to be more of a canopy tour, so I didn't want to cut all the branches out. I just want to cut sort of a hole through there, and I've stopped and trimmed a little bit. I thought, well, I got to test it. So my first run, slammed into a branch, spun around, started spinning round and round. Now this is actually my third run, but I kind of went slowly over the other runs, and this is the first time I just went for it. Total failure. Now I'm there, safe and sound, so it wasn't a total failure, but didn't go the way I wanted to. So here I'm testing it out and checking out the canopy here. And like I said, I'm trying to set up a little bit of a camping spot up in the top. I want to put a net up here and a little platform, a place for a couple of hammocks for those of us who are brave enough or stupid enough to want to spend the night up in a tree. Hey, thanks for watching.